Of the 200 books that I've read about money and the master's degree I have in personal finance and the 4,000 hours I have of counseling people, none of that came down to much except these two things. One is money is only a tool to help you create amazing moments with the people that you love. And two, what you think and how you feel about money is just as important, if not more important, than how much money you actually make. Those are two things that I don't hear talked about a lot, but should be, because if you're going to reach your financial freedom, and I think you can, and I hope you can, and that's why I'm doing these videos, is so you can, so I can help you get there, then you have to understand those two things. That Warren Buffett is poor, at least as relative to Jeff Bezos, right? I mean, that's true. So measuring yourself about money, like the actual amount of money you might have or not have, or if you are driving a Mercedes instead of a Camry or something like that, it doesn't matter. It's about creating great memories with your family, your friends, the people you love. It's nothing to do with an amount of money. It's nothing to do with a fancy house. It has nothing to do with anything material necessarily. Now, of course, having a little bit extra money to go on a Greek Isle cruise or something would be cool, of course, and you can get there. But if that's the only thing you're after is to show it off, then you'll never be satisfied. Because what I found is some people that I've talked to, I ask them, what's your number? Like, where do you need to get to be satisfied? Is it like $10 million, $5 million, $500 million? And one person I asked said, more. Now, if you're in that ballpark, I'm probably not the right place for you to stop and listen to, because I don't think that's the way, right? I think it's got to be an amount of money that provides for you to be able to do what you want when you want to do it, and to have the freedom to not have to have a job that you hate, because you might have to work. I'm not going to guarantee you can't. So it's just a tool to get you where you want to be, and that's having freedom. That's why I call it financial freedom. I don't call this about being wealthy, because wealthy is very relative. Like I said, Warren Buffett is broke compared to Jeff Bezos, but compared to me and you probably, he is super wealthy, super rich, and of course he could do and buy anything he wants to. Maybe you don't need to get to that point, right? I don't need to get to that point to be happy. I am very happy, and I'm very satisfied with where I am. I'm hoping to help you get there, get to a place where you can have financial freedom. And that it means something different to everybody, because what I don't hear talked about is it's your money. How do you feel about money? What is important about money? Is there an amount of money that can help you get there? And how will it help satisfy your life? That's it. There's nothing else. And the other thing I mentioned was it really matters about how you feel about money. Is money evil or good? It's neither, right? It's just money. It's just a tool. Were you taught anything about money? I was not very much at all. My grandfather, he was in the Air Force and retired. He never made a lot of money, but he paid for his house in cash. And he never had to have a job, real job, after he retired from the Air Force, even though he was not very high ranking, which is an amazing feat. So he had financial freedom, even though I would bet you he had never had accumulated more than, say, $30,000 in his life. He still had financial freedom because he was free from having to work. He was free from having to worry. He was free from having to do whatever. He can do whatever he wanted to, whenever he wanted to, because he was very good with his money, the little bit he had. So if you had a mentor like that, then you have a good step up. If you didn't, you might not. And I know, unless you were very lucky, you didn't get taught about money in school. I know I did not. You take economics and you take other kind of classes. Did it help you learn anything about money, real money in life, day to day? Mortgages and IRAs and 401ks and emergency funds and 529 college plans for your kids. Did you learn anything about those? I would say you didn't. And if you did, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd like to find out where you went to high school, learn their lesson plan, and let's try to apply it throughout the nation. That would be a great plan. So those two things to me are vitally important to understanding about you, because it's your money. You own the money. You're going to have, no matter how much money you make, almost, if you make $15 an hour and you work full time for 30 or 40 years, you'll have millions, at least $1 million that runs through your hands. The question is, what are you going to do with it? And that's my goal here, is to help you get to a place where you know what you're doing with it so you can be financially free. Maybe not have a Lambo, maybe, but maybe not, but be financially free.